you well, right?
Yeah.
Alright. So yeah, I turned 21 3 weeks ago. I came here when I was 8, 9 years old when I first arrived here. I came with first of all, my father had arrived here before we had arrived here because he felt like he needed to establish himself before he brought his family here. So he moved here. I completely lost track of my father for almost 6 years. So he was the love of my life. I love my father to death. He was everything to me. And then one day he kind of just disappeared. He was gone. I was like 4 years old, so you cannot explain to a 4-year-old what was exactly happening at that moment, you know? You kind of just have to deal with it. Have to deal with the loss of your father out of nowhere. And years later, he kind of like came back to Mexico and he was like, hey, how are you? I'm back, you know, it's been a while. And I was just kind of like, so you're my father, huh? That's what's up? That's nice, alright. And I had to learn how to reestablish that relationship with him, which I never actually learned to deal with, you know? So I came to a whole completely different country, and one thing that we never really talk, well, we talk about it, I don't think people realize how deep it makes, how it really changes you as a person, you know? When I moved to this country, I really felt like I couldn't blend in anywhere, and I kind of became very self-destructive. I started, not to blame what to me moving here, you know, and my choices, but it definitely had an influence in me, you know? Like, I didn't really blend in anywhere. I didn't understand English. I was the only Mexican girl everywhere I went, and people didn't even know I was Mexican because they were like, are you Colombian? No, Ecuadorian, something. You're some type of some Latina, you know? Oh, Mexican, okay. And then you have to deal with the stereotypes, and you're always hiding. You know, you're always hiding. You're always ashamed. And coming here to be 6 years old and be brought into a world where you're put of shame and guilt over something you didn't even do, you feel like it's your fault. Like there's something wrong with you. Like there's something wrong with me. Like why do I feel guilt? Why do I feel shame? You know, it wasn't even my fault. You know, I had no idea what was going on. You know, my parents were trying to do the best. We were so poor in Mexico that I don't even know how we made it. I don't even know how I made it. Honestly, I look back now and it's amazing how poor you can be and have a child. You can't even feed them. You could love them all you want, but you can't feed them. You know what I'm saying? Like you cannot feed your child. And you know that it's either I die trying to feed my child or we die. It is what it is. You try to get to the other side or you die. But you're gonna do what you're gonna do to make your child have one meal a day. And then you come to this country and they wanna call you names. They wanna call you all types of shit. But they don't even know your struggle. They don't even know that we're in the same predicament. Cause you know what? Here I'm Mexico, I'm trying to feed my child. Over here you're trying to feed your child. Over here you get a minimum wage. We're getting fucked by the exact same system. Over here they're cutting billions of dollars of the public assistance, but they don't want to raise the minimum wage. But they want to keep on asking us to pay extra money for the Metro card, and then they don't want to give us hours. These huge corporations talking about we have a budget cut. But then what? How do we feed our family? Then what? Where do we stay? Stuck in poverty. What do we do then? There's liquor stores everywhere. We don't have a Whole Foods in the Bronx. Even if you want to eat well, we can't even fucking eat well. We have chinos. We have all kinds of nasty, disgusting food. And if we want to fucking eat some nice little Whole Foods, organic, we can't afford that. We don't know about that. What's that? What's that? We cannot even afford that. We're in the same predicament. So I want to tell all of you guys who, yeah, maybe you might be undocumented. You might not be, you know what I'm saying? You might not be an immigrant. You might be, we're still getting fucked by the same system. And I see there's a lot of like negative racial comments between, you know, the people that were It gets crazy sometimes, real crazy. We don't have luxuries. We can't just quit our job and say, you know what, I'm tired of my boss being real bitchy. Nah. Once we have a job, we're lucky we even got a job. You know, the first day that I got my Social Security and now I got my permit to work, a week later I was working. Before that, it took me a whole year to get employed. Now, when I was able to work, I got a job. Within a week, I got a job. And I haven't been working since. And everything that I make goes to my parents to make sure that if anything happens, you know, they'll be okay. But anyway, that's my story.
That's right.
I have so much more to say, but I'm not going to bore you guys. Let's continue to fight. Let's continue to fight. We're not done. We're going to continue to fight. We're all strong, and I respect every single one of you because I know it's not easy. This is my first time coming out to a whole bunch of strangers. You know, I see cameras here. I don't know where this video is going to go. I don't know who's going to see me. Hi, strangers who hear my story. But you know what? Fuck it needs to be said.
Well, you did an amazing job, so.
Thank you.